Hey guys, how's it going and welcome to the mini channel, and today we're going to be doing another discussion video regarding Persona 6, or the sequel of the Persona franchise. And the reason why I say sequel to a Persona franchise is because today my video is regarding just the fact that while we had sequels for previous games like the Persona Arena games or the Persona 5 Scramble games, we never really had a kind of like a closure to their ending or to a series or anything like that. So that's pretty much my video today. I would like to see a legitimate continuation to the Persona franchise, a sequel with not just a new story, because every Persona game, and that's one of the good things about Persona, I guess, but at the same time kind of one of the bad things, so to speak. Every Persona game except for Persona 1 and 2 have kind of been a brand new story with new characters, with everything and so on. So Persona 1 and 2 is the exception, because Persona 2 kind of sequel to Persona 1, because you have characters from the original party showing up there and kind of references to the original game and so on. So more than other games. So I do think that those two games kind of work as a sequel. Persona 2 kind of works as a sequel to Persona 1 in a sense, which is not the case for Persona 3, 4, and 5, although they do share the same world, and there are obvious references to things that happened and some characters who kind of show up every once in a while and everything. It's not in the same sense that it does feel like a true sequel to the story, not in the sense of Persona 4's the Arena games, which kind of merge Persona 3 and 4, and you're gonna see a sequel, a continuation to the stories. You find out what happened to the party in Persona 3 years later. They became like university students and made these really cool shadow operatives where they kind of hunt shadows around Japan and that kind of stuff, or around the world and that kind of stuff. So it's really interesting and really cool. However, you never really kind of find out what happens after that. With Persona Arena games, maybe Persona 5 Arena will continue that storyline or something else. On the other hand, we have Persona 5 Scramble, which recently released in Japan a couple days ago, and I've been playing through it and everything. And it does serve as a true sequel to Persona 5, but at the same time, even at the end, it doesn't really kind of like have like an ending to the storylines or anything like that. It's kind of like left as something where you can continue indefinitely. And I would make discussion for this video this week is Persona 6 as a sequel to the Persona franchise. Maybe being able to bring characters from the previous games, kind of like a fan service type of game, but with a true RPG continuation in the series, not a spin-off with a fighting and the Mushu games or anything, but a true spin-off slash sequel to the games. Not just a spin-off kind of like the Persona Q games, which is a cutesy game with storyline or whatever, but a continuation in the timeline. I mean, that would be kind of like something really cool for fans, I think. Now, the drawback for that is not all games have the same kind of playing field, I guess. Persona 1 and 2, for example, I don't know where you're gonna get those games. And Persona 3 and 4, you can get them on the PS Vita, on the PSP, on the PlayStation 3, and then Persona 5 obviously has been widely recognized and everything. So I guess it'll be really hard to kind of pinpoint direction where to go from there to make a true sequel to the series while still appealing to new gamers and everything, because obviously you always want to appeal to new people to come in and play your games. That's why Persona is popular, because you don't need to play the previous game to kind of understand what's going on. But at the same time, they making these spin-off games which serve as a sequel to the storylines and everything like that, that is something that I always kind of wondered about. I would like to play a continuation to Persona 3 and their storyline. Persona 3 is my favorite game. I would like to see what happened with you or their party. I would like to see what happened with Joker and their party. What will happen if they all meet up and continue the storyline of kind of like the shadow operatives or whatever comes next after that or anything like that. So that's something that I really would like to hear more about. That's something that I kind of feel that is something that hasn't really been touched upon, and kind of not in the sense because crossovers are always a thing, in gaming and everything like that. Persona Q are obviously crossovers between the different games, but they don't really serve as a sequel to anything. They don't serve to any purpose other than entertain and have that fan service feeling of meeting other characters and so on. But yeah, that's kind of my thing. I don't necessarily want this for Persona 6, but since I'm doing this series on kind of things that I would like to kind of see for Persona 6, I would like to see that maybe more of a sequel to the next game, but at the same time being able to appeal to new people that are coming into it. I guess more of a direct Easter eggs kind of thing. I don't know how this will work out, but I would like to see kind of like a sequel to the games. I kind of see that because time changes, things goes and so on, and I really would like to see what happened with previous characters that I've been falling in love with for years and everything like that. I think that will be something pretty cool to explore maybe in the future. Persona is growing more and more, and I think that before it grows too much, they could definitely do this kind of big sequel / crossover of the different games and everything. That would be really cool. I would like to see people from Persona 1 and 2 as well. I would like to see Naoya and Maya and just the characters from those previous games, and kind of just see what happened to them, what's next from their storylines and everything. I think that all of these things were really cool to find out. Anyway, that is pretty much today my discussion video. If you're new, let me know what do you think about all this. Consider liking and subscribing. Welcome to the channel if you have recently subscribed, and let me know, is there something particular that you want to see for Persona 6, like since I'm doing this series with different things that I would like to see and everything like that. I always discuss a different aspect and everything. And that's it for today. I'll see you guys next time.